From Elk Grove Village, Illinois, it's combo night number 2 here at Elk Grove High School, and it's a battle of the Groves between the Buffalo Grove Bison and the Elk Grove Grenadiers. The girls will go first again, followed by the boys at 7:30. We join you from courtside, Gabe Newman alongside John Walls. John, the girls had a lot of success last Friday against Wheeling, big blowout win. Then they had to play a tough Barrington team on Tuesday. Lost 57-22, so they're looking to rebound here. What do they have to do to get a win?
Well, that Wheeling game, and Coach Lee had talked to you and Coach Linfers. They play as a team. They don't know who's starting. It depends on who does well in practice. They got 9 players, all of which can play sizable minutes. So I would think that they're going to stress and keep at that team mentality. I suspect Barrington probably had a little bit of height. This team isn't as tall as maybe some of the others on the other side of the conference, but they sure looked well against Wheeling. And if I think they get back to that team effort, get some wide open shots, let's see.
The Grens come into this game 3-6 total, 3-1 after their shaky opening tournament. They went 0-5 in the Vernon Hills tournament to start their year. And first-year head coach Courtney Linfors sends out Riley Matos, who was the only player to not score against Wheeling, as well as Maggie Maher, who, John, you were very impressed with against Wheeling. Ella Duckman makes a start, as well as Julia Miznika and Katrina Kellett at center.
When you look at these rosters like we do prior to the game, you remember games you've called in the past. And I'll tell you, there's not anybody that stands out. I know Riley Matos didn't score any points, but she put up some serious good shots. Just didn't get the roll. Looks like she could shoot the 3. So I just love their balanced attack. It's a great way when you have a small squad. It's a great way to try to win a game.
Martha Kelly's 3rd season in charge of the Bison. She has 8 years under her belt as a coach in total. She sends out Abby Thiessen, Ellie Askew, Hannah Glanz, Olivia Genthner, and Demi Antonopoulos.
Yeah, what jumps off the page for me is they have 2 starters at 5'10", and it sounds like their first off the bench will be Paige Veller. If she's not out there already, no, she'll be first off the bench. She's 5'9", so we're going to have to work it outside, work the perimeters, and then see what happens. Oh, Elk Grove won the bounce.
There's Antonopoulos and Duckman on the tap. Elk Grove won it. And here we go on combo night number 2 against Buffalo Grove. Julia Meznika and Maggie Maher.
Yeah, Maggie had a great game against Wheeling. She doesn't get flustered at all. She hustles more than anybody on the court, both sides.
Maher lost it, so here come the Wildcats. That's a 3 from Thiessen, and she drains it.
Well, now that might be a small issue when your tallest player is hitting the top of the key 3.
Abby Thiessen, 5'9". Underneath Kellett. Here come the Grens in transition. Duckman underneath the rim. Throws it up, no good. Tapped out to Matos off the iron, no good. And a foul on Buffalo Grove.
Matos is going to get hers eventually, but the unsung hero for me is Katrina Kellett. She does all the dirty work, and I know last game against Wheeling that we called, she got a couple points, and they were well-deserved. Wide open 3.
Wide open 3 from Meznika, no good. And that one goes out of bounds. Buffalo Grove will take over. Julia Meznika, who scored 201 points, second only to Lily Duckman, who last season got her 1,000th point as a senior.
That's very respectable in high school basketball.
Buffalo Grove kick out of the full court press.
Maher beat just about every teammate down the court.
Underneath, Kellett gets
go.
the rebound, and
he can't make up his mind. He didn't see it. It's going to be Buffalo Grove ball.
Buffalo Grove retains it. Antonopoulos on the inbound, gets it to Glanz.
Good defense by Elk Grove on that inbounds. It confused Buffalo Grove quite a bit.
Underneath as Thiessen tried driving to the rim, and in transition.
Maher's foul.
Maggie Maher picks up the foul. 3-0 early advantage for the visitors.
Into the game for the Bison, number 15, Paige Beller.
Yeah, when I asked the Buffalo Grove coach who her first person off the bench was, she did not hesitate. So I suspect Paige is a pretty decent player.
Maher underneath Duckman.
Great pass.
Maznika, that's a 3. Bounces off the iron. Kellick gets big and gets the rebound. And it's going to go to Buffalo Grove.
Yeah, a little indecisive again. Both times he's had to make that call, he hasn't seen it.
It stays with Elk Grove, actually. He
Yep.
pointed to
Good
Buffalo
play.
Grove.
Go straight up.
Underneath to Duckman. Out wide, Maznika. That was a ball that only she could get to. Matos back to Maznika. Across to a wide open 3 from Maggie Maher to tie the game.
That was not a set, it was a set inbounds, but it went south quickly, and they just kind of adapted. It was a great movement of the ball.
Steal from Maher, and she gets it back. Underneath to Maznika.
Ooh, that's a foul.
Physical defense by the Bison. In the corner now, Matos.
Straight up.
Duckman,
you go.
and is fouled on the way to the rim.
Yeah, Buffalo Grove is a program, and you're going to see it in the varsity boys game too. As a program for, I don't know how many years I've seen Buffalo Grove, but they teach tenacity and defense and harassment. And they'll go as far as they can till the ref calls it, and then they back off just enough. Very, very aggressive.
Ola Duckman goes to the line
Get in.
and clanks the first free throw. Took a weird hop off the iron.
Yeah, it was a good form.
Duckman makes the second one, and the Grens have their first lead of the night. Here come the Bison quickly. That's a long 2, and it's good from Paige Veller.
Good defense, just a better shot. Little full court press.
Here's Matos, and
We
an
got
official's
a
timeout because the net is stuck. So Maznika will assist with that.
Well, we get to see this press again.
That should count for points. Underneath, almost picked off.
Oh, don't give quarter. She had a wide open. All she had to do was speed dribble to the left side.
Maher in trouble, and
Good call by
timeout, Lynn
Yeah.
Forrest.
That's a good timeout, obviously. I mean, it's 5-4. We're still in the game. Just let's go through our press break. Talk it through one more time. I'm sure they practiced it 1,000 times.
Grens trailing 5-4. Head coach Courtney Linfors in her first season, but is no stranger to the game of basketball. She got her first career win against Hoffman, 33-27, a couple weeks ago. And she played at EG as a player and played in college at Loyola. Of course, there's a famous picture of her being guarded by Brittany Griner.
That's amazing. Now, see, if I'm Buffalo Grove, I'd have taken that press break or that press off. Don't let them practice it. You know, you've had problems with it. Take it off and put it on the next time. Because Coach Linfors just told them how to break it. Broke it really easily.
Full court press, and that goes through the wickets of Matos. Pass from Maznika.
There's nothing that drives a coach more when you have to take a timeout, explain something, and then the other coach, stops what they were doing. Because you just wasted a timeout, so to speak.
Top of the key, that's a long 2, and it's good from Hannah Glantz. That's the second time that she's had her foot on the line while taking what I assume she thought was a 3. Here come Elk Grove the other way. Maher is in trouble being double-teamed. Dumps it off to Duckman. Duckman, spin move, drive to the rim, won't go. Rebound, Buffalo Grove.
Yeah, Buffalo Grove, they love to double the ball down in the corners. It's one of their favorite things to do, and you got to have dribblers on your hand.
That's another long two from Paige Veller.
Paige is about 4 inches off from having 6 points instead of 4. Oh, that's a great pass.
Nice pass underneath to Maher. Mesnika
Maher might be a
saves
little
it,
hurt there.
and Mesnika lost it.
Yeah. Eliescu, too. She looks like she's not getting up anytime soon.
Nice
Twisted
skew.
their legs up there. Fell awkwardly.
Excuse slow to get up. Ariana Trausch and Caitlin Wirtz are the first two off
Coach
for.
is asking for a trainer.
So we got an injury timeout. It's 10-4 Buffalo Grove. This is not the start that Elk Grove have had against Wheeling. And Elk Grove 3-1 in regular season games. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they had a Vernon Hills tournament that they started out 0-5, but they played some tough teams. And 3-1 as opposed to Buffalo Grove's 1-7. Their only win being
Yeah, they're going to ask for a trainer to
tournament.
come out. Emily Askew's up, which is a good sign. She's got a knee brace on that right knee, and she's favoring it. And let's hope she can recover and get back in the game. So Elk Grove, you look up and they're down 6, and you wonder how it happened. It's just a couple missed baskets by us, but they're hustling, and they've got a couple threes in their pocket. It always helps. So Elk Grove's going to press a little bit here. That's the one you want.
And it was Demi Antonopoulos that cherry picked behind the Elk Grove defensive lines, and she's fouled.
Yeah, Ariana, you just can't let somebody get behind you on that. It's a mistake she won't let happen again. But that's just too easy, right?
Trausch missed the first conference game last week against Wheeling with a broken finger. She was one of 2 players out. Kira Pesley, who's out tonight, was the other one.
It's a good foul. Oh,
And rebound after the missed free throw, and it's going to be Buffalo Grove's ball. Maher tried to save it from going out.
Elk Grove looks a little off right now. Just something's not right yet.
Buffalo Grove try to use their height to their advantage. That's a 3, and it's good from Hannah Glanz.
Yeah, we're going to have to switch up who's defending 13. She's got a really legitimate shot.
And Lynn Forres is less than happy about Elk Grove's performance so far.
Yeah, they're just not, it just hasn't come out super energetic. This game's not out of reach by any stretch, but we're going to need a couple breaks and some hustle. I'd like to see Maher kind of take over because she's so high energy and she's so talented, and maybe the others can feed off of her.
One tick under, 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Here's Maher. Across to a wide open Wirtz. Caitlin Wirtz, the freshman. And that is Buffalo Grove's ball.
Yeah, see, that was a perfect press break, but the thing that can happen, and it constantly happens, is you're such high energy, you're kind of nervous, you break it, and you feel like you still have to go that speed. Once you get over half court, you can just stop your dribble and set up an offense. It was one too many passes, I guess. But they worked the press break perfectly. You got to pass out of that. Can't really dribble.
Foul on Maggie Maher.
It's a lot of whistles, but not that many personal fouls, right?
We had an officials timeout and a bunch of timeouts so far.
It's your shooter.
That's a 3, and it's good from Olivia Genthner, who had 107 points last season.
Buffalo Grove
And
can't miss right now.
the net got stuck again.
1, 2, 3, and then settle down. Just settle down. There you go.
Caitlin Wirtz being double teamed, loses the ball. Buffalo Grove get it back. That's a 3 from Glanz, no good. Duckman fights for the rebound and picks up a jump ball.
Yeah, Elk Grove's being frustrated by the aggression and the defense. They are all over the ball handler. You got to pass out of this stuff. You can't try to dribble out of it.
Possession arrow was with the Bison, who also have the lead 16-4. Inbound to Glanz. To Veller. Back to me. Under the net. And there's a mid-range, no good. Trausch gets the rebound. Dishes to Maher. Buffalo Grove back down to half court that time. That's a 3 from Mesnika. No good, off the iron. Buffalo Grove get it back. Veller. That's a 3 from Glanz. No good off the front of the rim.
Surprising miss. Dribble. That's the one you dribble out of.
Across to Caitlin Wirtz. Maher. Nice dish to Mesnika.
Good screen.
Across
Good screen
to
by Duckman.
Trausch. Shoveled to Maher. That's a 3, and she hits it.
Big basket for Elk Grove. It was starting to get a little out of hand there. Oh, nice steal.
Steal by Wirtz, and the layup won't go. Missed opportunity for the Grenadiers. To the basket, and a great job by Olivia Genther to take matters into her own hands and drive to the net. Mesnika, Maher. Back to Mesnika, still in backcourt. Mesnika, they left her wide open, and she couldn't get the 3 to go.
She's got to keep her head up. I know she's missed a couple, but we need that outside shooting against this defense.
Glanz underneath, and that went right through the wickets of Hannah Weber. 18-7 advantage for the Bison.
Yeah, they're not going to give up on this full court. I mean, why would you? It's been extremely successful. Elk Grove's got to get out of it and get out of it quickly. Should be no decisions. You should have been just make your pass that you need to pass.
Ella Duckman dishes to Maggie Maher, out of reach.
That's the one where I mean,
Caitlin Wirtz.
that's the one where I mean, we're over half court, right? And you can still see energy out of Maher. She's like, oh, I got to get rid of this ball. You don't really. That's that one extra pass.
Wide open if she wanted it. Instead, it's Veller, and miss. She gets her own rebound.
That's a travel.
Travel not called. Drive to the rim. No good. Rebound. Maher. Shot was no good from Antonopoulos. Here come the Grenadiers. Caitlin Wirtz.
See, now we're getting it, right? Now we're getting it. Wirtz understood she had a step on her, so just go. And Buffalo Grove they'll stay aggressive, and you'll catch a foul.
Key to the Grenadiers is turning Buffalo Grove's aggressiveness into foul trouble, is it?
Yep. And it can be had.
Maher gets open in the backcourt. Minute to play in frame number 1.
There's a nice screen. Roll.
Maher drive to the rim, and a foul on Buffalo Grove.
We might have to live this way for a while. It's not a bad way to live. They're going to have 5 fouls in the first quarter. Elk Grove only has 2. That's a shooting foul. Now we'll just convert.
Maher goes to the line. And we saw in the boys' game last week against Wheeling, Wheeling put Elk Grove in the bonus in the first quarter, but then they backed down their fouls and didn't really make it a big deal.
Yeah. It's pretty rare to have a bonus in the first quarter in a high school game. But that's a big point.
Free throw's good from Maher.
We got a minute left to play in the first.
Veller stayed with it. That's a 3. No good. Veller gets the rebound. Underneath. Duckman tried to get it. And
that's a travel.
A travel.
It's a great call. 45 seconds. Let's see what Coach Linfors wants here.
There's a travel on Demi Antonopoulos.
I'd love to slow this thing down, but their defense is so aggressive. It's not always possible.
10-point lead. 18-8, Buffalo Grove. Caitlin Wirtz loses the ball again. Buffalo Grove go quickly to the rim. That's Hannah Glanz, and she scores.
Buffalo Grove basket.
And another takeaway by Buffalo Grove. And Valerie Konochik picks up the foul.
Yeah, that was Mansika. That was we're lucky that wasn't an and one. She was not set. She turned her body, and it was a fairly easy call.
28. Konochik goes to the line and clanks the first free throw. Libby Wirtz checks in for Ella Duckman.
Other than Hannah Glanz at the line, they have not made their free throws. There's a chance to creep back in here.
Hannah Weber comes on, their tallest player at 6'2".
A lot of basketball left.
And no good. Buffalo Grove fighting for the rebound. And a jump ball.
Yeah, we got a box out there.
Caitlin Wirtz fought for it. And the possession arrow with Elk Grove, which is a bit of a break. 12 seconds to go. Maher running out of time. As Nika in the corner, underneath. And no good from Ariana Trausch. That closes out a first quarter that was less than ideal for Courtney Linfor's girls. 20-8, Buffalo Grove after one.
You know what, that countdown from the fans, 10 to 1, Elk Grove actually passed the ball quite well and got a nice look underneath. If you think about it, we haven't had many good looks underneath. The height's getting to us. We'll see what they come out with.
Martha Kelly's girls have a 20-8 lead. It's her 8th year coaching in total, 3rd year at Buffalo Grove. She has a 15-33 record in total, but had 5 years before taking over at Buffalo Grove at Prospect, where she went 85-58, which means that she picked up her 100th win not too long ago this season in Buffalo Grove's only win this season.
Yeah, from what I saw, this is a typical Buffalo Grove basketball varsity team. They're doing everything. They do it on all the levels, down to a 6th grade feeder, and it works. You still have to have talent, don't get me wrong, but you know, these girls have probably been running this full court press, most of them, 5, 6 years, 7 years.
The Lady Grins have held their opponent to 31 points or less in all 3 of their wins. But 20 points in the first quarter is making that look less likely.
Yeah, Elk Grove needs just a boost here, something to go right, whether it's Matos or Wirtz to catch a 3 or Maher to get a and 1. Something needs to go their way.
Sophie Whitmar is in the game for the first time. Konochik underneath. Little pinball.
Good deep.
And
that's a foul.
14 McNamee.
That's what we needed. We need that to be called, right? That's an over the back, and that needs to be called. We'll see if it gets a little tighter calling here from the refs in the second quarter. That's the team 6th.
It's 2 teams with pretty short squads in terms of the number of players they have. Elk Grove have 9. Buffalo Grove have 10.
Boy, Elk Grove is bunched here. They got Matos in the corner. If we could just swing it over.
They do get it to Matos.
Not much movement.
Nika had some space, but decided to pass.
Zuckman's working hard underneath. You got to go to that ball. It's just a bounce pass. I know she's giving away some height, but she's pretty darn athletic.
An off-the-ball foul on Elk Grove.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Oh, there you go.
Matos steals it. Gets
Shoot
it
that.
to Maher. That's a 3, and she nails it. I didn't think it was far side of the court from where we're sitting, but
Maybe this full court press is the shot in the arm Elk Grove needs, because Buffalo Grove looks like they're a little confused. Yep, coach wants a timeout. They're not breaking it the way she wants.
and Matos sinks the 3 that she so desperately wanted last week.
Yeah, she's earned it, right? She's got a great shot. She's got a lot of backspin. She can shoot it with somebody in her face. She just could not get it to fall last game. Looks like Maher caught one right in the nose. Yeah, that full court press really helped Elk Grove there. They played more like a team. You know, everybody has their own thing to do, and they did. Whatever it takes as a coach, whatever it takes, even if it doesn't seem right, as long as you can get them to play as a team, you've made the right call. Starting to fill in, Gabe.
Yeah. Maggie Maher already has 9 points. And Ella Duckman has 1 point. And that's all everyone that's scored who's playing right now. Of course, they haven't put the 3 from Riley Matos up on the board yet.
So Coach Linfors is going to come out with the same press, and let's see how Buffalo Grove handles it.
Buffalo Grove in a
Grove's
little
doing
bit of
really
trouble.
good job with this.
And they break out of it to the rim underneath. And Maher steals it, but can't keep it in bounds.
That's hustle. When you defend that press break, that pass to the center half court, that's your outlet. And somebody has to watch that pass, and Elk Grove did. I didn't catch who it was, but they made it a struggle.
Underneath to the rim, and great defense
Elk Grove ball.
by the Grenadiers.
Libby Wirtz making herself be noticed out there.
Anna Glanz can't believe that it's Elk Grove's ball.
Yeah,
There
that was
it
a great
is.
call. Dribble.
Yep. Inbound to Maher.
Yeah,
Like
if they're going to retreat, you take them all the way to half court, then you pass out of it.
wide open Maher dishes underneath
Oh,
to Wirtz.
She got fouled. Nope, she stepped out of bounds.
And Wirtz steps out of bounds.
Well, Libby was wide open there. It was just a tough pass. She wants that back.
It was great passing by the Grenadiers there.
So Duckman is your key here.
Ooh,
That'll
Matos
come back to the center.
almost got a hand
That's
to
a
it.
struggle. Look at
Instead,
that. Nice play.
picked off by Maher. And
Pass.
Maher in a little bit of trouble. Gets it to Maznika. It's a 9-point deficit for the Grenadiers. Maznika underneath to Wirtz.
Swing it over to Matos.
Matos.
Set a screen.
Still Matos. Now loses it. Gets it to Maznika. That's a jumper from Wirtz, and she gets it.
Great play by Elk Grove. Good patience. Way to trust your teammates.
It's a full court press for the Grenadiers.
That's a great foul by Duckman.
And-
Awesome foul. Just let them know, hey, we're not going away, right? This is my territory. I'm going to patrol it.
Ella Duckman clattered into Abby Thiessen.
Maher keeps looking at her nose as if she's bleeding. She must have caught an elbow or something. That is not fun when your eyes tear up like that.
Maybe Wirtz checks out, and Katrina Kellett comes back in, who started this game.
Looks like Elk Grove's in a little zone.
Veller. All wide to Thiessen.
I don't mind a zone, but you got to keep 13 well guarded.
Thiessen in the paint, in trouble.
Jump ball.
And a jump ball.
Great defense. Elk Grove looks different, don't they?
Yeah.
It's just at the turn of the quarter.
I thought that I could have sworn the possession arrow was at
I did too.
Buffalo Grove, but
Sounds like, it looks to me like we got 2 in a row.
yeah.
It's a great play.
Matos underneath Kellett, who falls down and loses it.
Yeah, she just stepped on an ankle.
Buffalo Grove want to go quickly. Thiessen, that's a 3. No good. Rebound Buffalo Grove. Veller.
Now they're back to
Paige Veller
Man to
to
man.
Genther. No good. And the long rebound lets Matos transition and rebound at the same time.
Very smart to bring it back out to the top. We didn't have the numbers. Set it up.
Matos had the space, instead drives to the rim. Kellett tried to get the rebound, but was unsuccessful.
Yeah, almost an over the back there. I'm glad she didn't get called for that.
Thiessen dishes to Paige Veller, who hits from long range. Back to a 10-point lead for the Grens, or for the Bison.
They do have a nice pair of shooters out there. So, there you go.
Maher to Matos. In the corner, Mesnica, and a push on Buffalo Grove.
It's the bonus.
Puts
with
Grove
4.5
bonus.
left in the second quarter.
4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining.
I think Elk Grove's they're a little settled in, and they're not intimidated anymore. Now it's just, execute.
It's a 1-and-1. Ella Duckman goes to the line. And we'll see how much ground Grens can make up, being in the bonus with still plenty of time left in the first half.
Yeah.
She misses the free throw. Buffalo Grove get it back. Rebound Thiessen. 3-point from Veller.
Why not,
no
right?
good.
Why not?
As Nika got the rebound, and Maher had to go chase her pass. As Nika underneath, Kellett fighting for it, and another jump ball.
If this goes Elk Grove's way, we're going to be awfully lucky. Elk Grove's playing a little more aggressive. I like to see it.
There's been 4 jump balls already in the first half. And timeout, Buffalo Grove.
Down by 10 with 4 minutes left. We need a little 6-2, 7-3 run. I'd take it. And to your point, a very good point. Let's try to get the ball down low and see if we can pick up a couple more fouls. Nothing better than free points without the clock running.
Elk Grove are on a 5-3. I wouldn't even call that a run, just it's 5-3 this quarter.
We'll take 5-3 in a quarter, right? I'll take it.
Just a Paige Veller 3-pointer in the second quarter.
I've never seen Coach Linfors this animated. She's not yelling, she's encouraging, but she's really trying to get through to him.
Assistant Coach Brian Lee said that they are not afraid to play players 32 minutes, depending on the mode of the game. They might be doing that today, as they got to try and come back from a big deficit. Here's Caitlin Wirtz back on the floor.
Duckman's been shut out tonight, and she's getting positioned down low with her back to the basket, and I just think the height thing's kind of getting to her. Just a little ball fake and come around the other shoulder, and she should have some layups.
Troush comes in and subs out Kellett. As Nika trying to find an option, finds Caitlin Wirtz for 3, and it hits the backboard.
It's a shame. Had that hand in her face. Good pass.
Underneath to Annapolis. Antonopoulos, long 2 off the backboard, no good.
It's a great play, a little screen and switch. It was wide open. Elk Grove didn't see it coming, but we defended it. But
Grens beat the press on the transition. Maher at the top of the key. Still in backcourt. 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, they're just packing that inside. It's hard for Elk Grove to get in down low. Libby's working hard down there. Get her the ball.
Maggie Maher loses it. And Caitlin Wirtz, or excuse me, Ariana Troush and Abby Thiessen come together for a jump ball. 5 jump balls in the first half.
Yeah, Elk Grove's ball. Love to see something really nice here. Nice, quick, and easy pass in a bucket. Let's see. Nobody's moving.
Underneath to Mesnika. Maher. Cross to Caitlin Wirtz. Julia Mesnika. At the top of the key now, Maggie Maher.
They're trying to spread it out.
Drive to the rim, no good. And Buffalo Grove have gotten pretty much all the rebounds tonight. This one goes off the leg of a Bison and out of bounds.
Yeah, they're trying to spread it out when they get down into the offensive zone, and it collapses so quickly. It's hard to get anything close to the bucket.
With 2:15 to go, it's a 10-point deficit for the Grens.
Just dribbling into that corner. The corner of death.
Duckman, nice pass underneath to Maher, but she couldn't quite exactly handle it.
If Duckman gives her a bounce pass, she can shoot that in sequence and be much easier for her.
Caitlin Wirtz.
Not take it.
Shoveled to Duckman, who couldn't get it to go. And Buffalo Grove's ball with 1:45 remaining in half number one.
Still down 10. I mean, it seems like it would be higher than that, but it's not. I mean, Elk Grove is playing some good D. The offense has just been stagnant. That's a tough play.
Underneath, and the pass out of bounds through the hands of Demi Antonopoulos.
See, that time Buffalo Grove was a little bit rushed, right? They had a couple Elk Grove Grens in their way. Everybody hates pressure.
98 seconds to go. Grens look a little tired.
They do. They do.
Working hard when they had the ball and when they didn't. Ariana Trausch under pressure, and another Buffalo Grove steal. Here comes Antonopoulos to the rim. No good. Rebound, Buffalo Grove. And Olivia Genther puts it home.
That was a nice play by Buffalo Grove. Always follow the shooter, right? I mean, there's a reason why people shoot 60% from the field, so you might as well clean up that 40.
25-13. And Maher catches a break as that one was knocked off the official.
Well, Askew's back in, which is good to see. She went out with that injury in the first quarter. Who else came in there? 14.
Fiona McNamee also back on.
Fiona's 5'10". They got some height on this team.
Maher fell on the inbound, and Buffalo Grove take advantage. That's Olivia Genther.
Yes.
And she just doesn't miss from that range.
I feel bad. It's just one of those nights. Let's just hope it's just one of those halves, right? Do a nice little rebound next half.
40 seconds to play, and Maher wins the ball out of bounds.
A little crossover on that, maybe. Yeah, Buffalo Grove's frustrating with their defense. They're all over you, you know. Oh, nice block. That's what we needed.
A blocking foul on Val Konochik. Sends Maggie Maher to the line for a one-on-one.
Sounds of the Hall of Fame Ken Graham in the background calling the game for Elk Grove.
Never get tired of listening to his voice.
Nah, he's a good man. Man, just
no good, but Elk Grove get the rebound. Ella Duckman underneath. And a foul on Elk Grove.
What's the call? I'd like to see that because our player had possession of the ball. So how did she foul? Oh, he's saying he gave her an elbow. All right, that's fair. I didn't see it, but if there's any foul, that would have had to have been it.
It's a foul on Ella Duckman. Coach Courtney Linfors wants an explanation. She got it. She's happy with it. Good passing by Buffalo Grove.
Yeah, they have to practice this hours a day. It's just that good.
That's a three from Olivia Genther. No good. Maher rebound. Matos is back on the floor in the corner. Maher's pass was intended for her, but it was picked off by Genther. Elk Grove had it back for a moment, and then Buffalo Grove took it away.
Yeah, Caitlin Wirtz with the foul. It's a frustration foul.
Predator foul. Katie Wirtz with first.
Ginther goes to the line with 3 seconds remaining in the first half. Bison already up 27-13.
Got a discussion somehow. They're saying 2 shots? Yeah, she was
Yeah.
definitely in. Yeah. I don't like to give away stuff, but that was an easy call.
Plus, the Elk Grove's not in the bonus yet,
No.
so. Now, you were mentioning before the broadcast started that one of these officials you're good buddies with.
Oh, yeah, the varsity, boys varsity tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a last-second shot from Ariana Trausch, and it won't go.
That could
And
have been fun.
At
That could have been
halftime,
fun.
it's 28-13 Buffalo Grove. Courtney Linfor's girls have some work to do in the second half. We'll step aside for halftime on combo night, game number 1. 28-13, 1 half to go in girls basketball. 1 to go here on EGTV. Stick around. Hello and welcome back to half number 2 of the girls' side of things here on Combo Night against Buffalo Grove. John, less than ideal start, 28-13 at halftime in favor of Buffalo Grove.
I just think we hadn't seen the same team that we did against Wheeling, but the word is frustrated. Elk Grove was just frustrated. The heads are down. Much better in the second half of the second quarter, and I know that's what the coaching staff was talking about. Maher's been dinged up a little bit. She's got a nose, she's got a knee, and she's still out there hustling. So Elk Grove needs a bit of a break, and got to keep trying to get Buffalo Grove to foul. They're so aggressive, like a little jump pass or anything to get them off their feet.
In the corner is Abby Thiessen. The two teams switch sides. This Buffalo Grove team has some height to it, as there's a nice dish underneath to Hannah Glanz. She couldn't get it to go. Scramble for the ball underneath the net, and
Maher's
Pellet
shaking her
rips
left
it
wrist.
away for a
Maher's
jump ball.
shaking her left wrist a little bit. That's a 50-50 ball we got to get. Man, we got another possession?
Yeah, the possession arrow has definitely not been
I don't know what's
100%
going on.
accurate tonight.
So typically what the referee does, he takes a big coin, $50 or something, and he puts it in the left-right pocket. And as he's facing the benches, that's your left-right. So usually on a change of possession, somebody will put a coin in the other pocket. I don't know what these guys are seeing.
That's a long 2,
Good
and it's
rebound.
no good. And another jump ball. What in the world?
Yeah, Maher was stuck. She had 2 players on each shoulder and had nowhere to go. So Buffalo Grove 20, Olivia Gettner. That was an easy tie-up. Ooh, good play by Matos. Good turnover here.
The team has yet to score in the second half. A couple jump balls. Here's Maggie Maher.
Good switch there by Buffalo Grove. They're well coached.
Mesnika loses it and has to retrieve it. She can't, and it's an easy bucket for Buffalo Grove.
That's a frustration you get when you have constant pressure all game. You got to be ready for it.
Riley Matos charging. I think that was a pass, but it wound up hitting the net.
I thought it went in. It obviously didn't, but I'd say that was one of the weirdest things. There's a good travel.
Elk Grove gets a call. A travel on Demi Antonopoulos. We've seen relatively the same
Oh, shoot that.
7 or 8 players.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got my halves mixed up, Gabe. You don't want to shoot it into the other rim.
Matos was screaming for it. Instead, it's a floater from Maher, which is no good. Thiessen rebounds.
Ooh.
Spin move underneath,
Matos
dish
got a
to
nice shot in without getting a call.
Skew underneath to Hannah Glanz, and a foul, which will send Glanz to the line.
Went right at her, right? Two things happen. She makes the basket, she misses the basket, or she gets fouled. Both, 2 out of 3 are not bad.
That's 2 free throws for Hannah Glanz.
So Glanz goes to the line. Had 105 points last season.
Glanz is a player, no question. I mean, you can hear Coach Linfers yelling out on transition, who's got shooter? That's your shooter.
Couldn't get the roll on the first free throw. She gets the second one.
Glanz is a junior, too. We'll see her again next year.
Oak Grove fighting the full court press.
Yeah, so that's a zone press, and it could be as frustrating as anything, too.
Maher dishes into the corner to
Kick.
Matos, and a kicked ball. Looks like it's gonna stay with Elk Grove.
So on a zone press, it's really good to do a couple ball fakes or a bounce pass. You can bounce pass through a zone because you're taking their hands out of it, the situation.
It was nice give and go between Duckman and Mesnika, but Mesnika's 3 was no good. Underneath the basket, and a foul on LASQ.
I think that's Matos. 10, right?
Yes.
It's her first. The only one in trouble for us is Ella Duckman. She's got 3. That's a little early to have 3, but hopefully she can get through this quarter without any more.
First free throw from Askew is good.
Yeah, it's good to see her back on the court, right? She was down and out. And
Buffalo Grove has gone past the threshold of points, which is 31, in which Elk Grove has won games this year because they gave up 31 to Wheeling, which was the most they've given up in a win. And Buffalo Grove at 33 now. They're trailing by 20.
so high school ball, right? You've been doubled in the third quarter with 5 minutes to go, and the other coach doesn't pull up the full court press.
They'll scramble for it, almost like a rugby scrum, and Maher loses it.
I don't mind that so much because you might as well practice it. And once you start to break it, it becomes easy. Once you get it, it's easy.
Maher can't believe that Buffalo Grove got the call.
Yeah, it looked like it came off her palm.
Nice passing by the Bison.
Oh, that's a terrific.
Thiessen, no good. Kellett rips the ball away. Matos gets it to Mesnika. Across and through the wickets of Ella Duckman.
So, Gabe, that's the frustration I was talking about. When you're frustrated, you start to do things that you don't normally do, like one-handed passes or underhand pass, and it's like it can be very frustrating. Good break.
Hannah Glanz was being double-teamed in the backcourt, right by the baseline. That's a 3 from Thiessen, and she banks it in.
She didn't call glass. She looked at her teammates and kind of shrugged, but it still counts.
And Elk Grove timeout. As Emily Fiorito has her warm-up shirt off, and she is probably close to, if not going in after this timeout.
Yeah, Maggie Maher is spent. Now we got a couple little battles, right? You got to win something.
Yeah,
Stay focused. Shut down their best player, whatever it is.
36-13, and Olivia Genther for the Bison has 12 points. No one really in any foul trouble, at least out of the ones that are playing right now.
Yeah, Duckman's got 3. Nobody else on Elk Grove's even close.
Buffalo Grove not giving up a foul yet since the start of the second half. The BG's 1-7, but looks like if things don't change soon, they're gonna cruise to win number 2. They lost 6 seniors in graduation last year, but
You know, this team, the way they run their offense and defense, it just you tell they're trusting their teammate. They're going to be where they should. I'm kind of shocked that this team only has 1 win so far, unless they played some unbelievable tournament.
their only win came in tournament play.
It's just they have just precision moves. It's, you know, as soon as you cross half court, it's a double. That's a foul.
And Maher has the ball ripped away from her.
Yeah. Maggie Maher is out of gas. She is hustling. She's got a couple nagging injuries, I'm sure.
You mentioned it. She's got a little bump on her knee, a little red spot.
Yeah, she caught one in the nose earlier, too. Good movement.
That's a 3 from Glanz. No good. Fiorito picks up the rebound and out of bounds.
Wow. Yeah, Buffalo Grove, they're just going to be a ball hawk, right? It's a double team on the ball no matter where it's at. They're going to do a half-court press. As soon as Elk Grove gets over to half-court line, they send 2 right and left side. What you have to do there is you have to try to come over to half-court line in the center of the court, not by the corner, because you get an extra defender.
Katrina Kellett checks out. Emily Fiorito. And in the corner, and Libby Wirtz loses it. In the corner of death, here come Buffalo Grove quickly. Dish out, great passing by the Bison, and Trausch picks him off.
Stay in the middle.
Let's go back the other way. And dish to Caitlin Wirtz, who saved it from going out of bounds. And a foul on Buffalo
15,
Grove.
I believe. Paige Veller, I believe that's who that's going to be on.
Paige Veller's second. Second team foul for Buffalo Grove.
I like Emily, though. She put her head down and went right to the lane and caught a foul. Got to try to somehow penetrate that middle. They keep pushing us to the right towards the sideline, and it's been working. Nice crossover.
Maggie Maher running the point. Mesnika not on the floor right now. As Libby Wirtz loses the ball, scramble for it in the paint. Still scrambling for it. Fiorito reaches in there and jump ball.
Emily's had just about enough, I think. Elk Grove's getting harassed with the ball. I kind of wish there would have been a foul called on that one. That was pretty aggressive from behind. You can be as aggressive as you want from front or side, but when you're behind a player and you get both arms around, that's typically a foul.
Hannah Weber checks back in, the 6'2" freshman.
Wide open here.
And Buffalo Grove beat the press again.
That's
underneath. And Abby Thiessen, no travel called, puts it in off the glass.
That's just one of those
38-13.
One of those buckets, Gabe, where it just shows you it's just going the right way for them. Not that they're not talented, do not get me wrong, but anything they're throwing up is going in.
Fiorito on the screen. Maher throws it away. And Olivia Genther being double teamed. And a foul on Hannah Weber.
Hannah Weber's going to go to the line. 6'2" freshman. She'll be a player you see for many years.
6'2" freshman. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, she's a good player. She's going to have some room to grow, but.
And someone in the student section distracted Weber with a bark.
That's a new one.
And
good rebound.
Both free throws, no good. Maybe Wirtz boxes out the rebound. Caitlin Wirtz now running the point.
Gosh, we go to that corner a lot. And when you pick up your dribble, coach is going to let it go. If it's a close game, she's going to take a timeout there, but
Fiorito in trouble, looking for some help.
there's your timeout.
And
5 second. Very close to a 5-second call. I'm interested to see if Coach Lee called that one. I believe the head coach is the only one that can call it in high school, but
so, yeah, Courtney Linfors immediately turned to assistant coach Brian Lee. And she is less than happy with her team.
yeah, she's seeing obviously what everybody else is seeing. Elk Grove is tired and a little bit deflated. That pressure has gotten to them. It's not fun. It's not fun, but you can get through it. And once you get through it a couple times, two things happen. You get confidence, and the other coach will take it off for a while. And then you can run your normal offense. But, you can see it's a double team everywhere on the court from Buffalo Grove, and it's been hugely successful.
Yeah. And
most particularly is the half-court press. As soon as the ball comes over half court, there's a double team. That is frustrating because we don't have the height to get over jump pass. I always say bounce passes can get you out of that. Referees are giving the ball to
Riley Matos. Inbound to Fiorito. Troush. Matos for three. No good. And Buffalo Grove gets the rebound. Assistant coach Brian Lee said in an interview he did with me for my podcast as Paige Veller walks her way to the line, or to the basket and scores. Lee said that the team's goal was to be competitive in every game. They're certainly not competitive tonight. 40-13. They have not scored at all yet in the third quarter.
Veller was their first off the bench, so call it the sixth player, right? She's been one of the best players on the court other than Hannah Glanz. So it's interesting she didn't start. She's got game. She's got height, dribbling skills. She can shoot. She plays great defense. She hustles. There's a foul.
Fiorito and a foul on Buffalo Grove. Under a minute to go, and head coach Courtney Linfors is screaming at her players to try and give them some energy.
Olivia Genther could not figure out why she got called for that, but it was definitely a push.
Matos will inbound, and Fiorito was open for a moment. That's a three from Caitlin Wirtz, and she nails it.
She's had a good game tonight. She's been hustling. She's on the ground getting those 50-50s. Plus, Elk Grove tried their little ball press. I like it.
Across to Konochik.
Jump ball.
Underneath the net, and another jump ball.
Who was that? It wasn't Libby. I think it was Emily. She's had her nose in there on defense, too. She's caused more than a couple held ball.
Well, if you took the over on jump balls tonight, you're probably hitting on the bet.
I would have put the over at 3.
Emily Fiorito draws the foul.
We could have used this type of calling in the first quarter. It would have made the game a little bit differently. Calling it a little tighter now.
40-16 in favor of the Grens. Or, excuse me, in favor of the Bison, Grens Trail.
If you notice, too, Elk Grove, it's just nothing's clean. They're just not having a good night, you know?
Caitlin Wirtz dishes to Fiorito. Across Matos, that's a three. No good, doesn't hit anything.
She's got to take her time on that.
Libby Wirtz tried to
She was wide
save
open.
it.
But instead of getting rid of it quickly, just get into your set, take your shot, nice and calm.
Full court press as the third quarter winds down. And that'll do it for the third quarter. A quarter in which the Grens let the game get away from them, 40-16 in favor of the Bison.
they've been worn down, right? You're going to have these games. Just look forward to the next game. Work on something. You know, if the Buffalo Grove still wants to press, being up have tripled us, then you just work as hard as you can on figuring out how to break it. You're going to see them again, right, in conference play, no?
Yeah.
So.
They'll play at Buffalo Grove.
Yep. Got a boys game coming up here shortly, right?
Yeah, 7:30 tip-off for the boys following this game.
Buffalo Grove's had a good program for years. I think, gosh, I can't remember his name. I think they lost him to college, and I thought he was D1. Gosh, I can't remember his name, but he was a solid 4-year player for Buffalo Grove. Do you have anything on them? What their record is?
I'd have to look that one up.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's so early, Gabe. Like,
Yeah.
you can't gauge much, you know. You got tournaments where they're playing in Kankakee.
Yeah.
You don't know who's who, right? That's why you get about 5 MSL games, and you can kind of figure out who's where and where they could go.
Yeah. Buffalo Grove on a 12-3 run since the start of the half.
Myra hasn't seen the floor for a while. I just wonder if she just kind of needed a break. Good play by Duckman.
No Mesnika either. Underneath the net, that's Val Konachik, and she scores.
Konachik just using her size and just getting to the rim. And it was almost too easy, but I'm sure that's been her game, and it's worked for her. That's a reach.
Scramble for the ball, and
Oh, she looks like she got hurt.
a jump ball. Konachik slow to get up.
They called it travel. She did lean over on her back, which is the key to that. Nope, stepped out of bounds.
Fiorito had her foot on the line before she shot it.
Yeah, we could have called that from homeroom.
Yeah. Right in front of where we're sitting.
Yep.
Sophie Whitmer. Antonopoulos. Whitmer, that's a 3, and it's off the iron. Buffalo Grove get the rebound. That one no good. Troush boxes out.
Starting to see some different players from Buffalo Grove hitting the floor here. Number 5, Whitmer. 14, McNamee. Good take.
Troush, that's no good. And
she got annihilated, and Elk Grove got the call. Yes, it was off her, no question, but it was after an absolute linebacker hit.
from Ariana Troush.
Yeah.
7 minutes to go in this game. It's not Elk Grove's night.
Keep going. There you go.
Troush to the rim, and she gets the roll.
That was a nice play.
It's her first points tonight.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy to get that low.
Troush missed the wheeling game with a broken finger. Brand was in trouble, dished out to Weber. Now with Antonopoulos.
Weber's working hard down there. They got to get her the ball. It's a complete mismatch.
Wide open 3 from Glanz, no good. And the ball gets stuck
A dead ball.
in the rim.
I'm going to Hannah Weber first. I think she can do it. Uh-oh. Oh, almost. Next year. Next year.
And the Buffalo Grove coach gets it out. We've seen some weird stuff tonight. The net
Yeah.
gets stuck on itself a couple times.
This gentleman came out of the stands. He's got to be 6'8".
Oh, yeah.
Good for him.
I think they got a designated fan that does that just in case that thing happens. I mean, how often do you see that?
He's 6'9" with the ski cap. Take that shot.
There's Ella Duckman.
That's a double dribble. She's had a rough night. They're so talented, Elk Grove. We've seen it. They're fast. They're quick. They can shoot. I think they got frustrated early, and that was it. You know, timeout BG here.
So that ball got stuck on the rim, in between the rim and the glass. But what exactly happens? Because I know it's different between the NBA and high school. What happens if it gets stuck on the plate right before it goes in?
I believe anytime a ball stops and is not going anywhere, I believe it's a possession arrow thing. I can ask a buddy of mine, but I'm pretty certain that's how they do it, because how do you reward the shot that didn't go in?
Yeah.
And how do you reward the rebound that wasn't gotten?
Yeah.
Right? But I'll find that out between 2 games. It's a great question.
Just not Elk Grove's night, 42-18.
Yeah, I feel
Buffalo
bad for them.
Grove.
You know, they've got a nice record. They had a couple nice wins, and just they ran into a bit of a buzzsaw, and it just wasn't their night.
It's going to go down as the first conference loss for the girls this season. Dropped their record to 3-7.
I see some smiles on the bench, and that's what you have to do as a coach and as a team. You know, you can't be horribly serious when you have a game like this. It does nobody any good.
Looks like Mesnika is going to sit the rest of the game, as well as Maher. It's Fiorito, Duckman, Trausch, Matos, and Caitlin Wirtz out there right now.
Emily's had a lot of minutes tonight, and she's used them well. She's hustling really well.
That one wide open from Thiessen,
Oh,
but
Matos had it
couldn't
all
get
the
it.
way to the lane.
Matos ran into Fiorito, but no harm, no foul. Caitlin Wirtz, Matos.
I want to see Ella get the ball and just take it up and under. Nice little layup down low against a 6'2".
Matos is the only player remaining that started, and finger roll from Hannah Glanz, who scores.
If you notice on that, as soon as Buffalo Grove even remotely thought she was going to get the ball, she knew Glanz was on a run towards the rim. I mean, it was just, they just know where each other is going to be at.
Duckman picks up the loose ball, takes it to the rim, and draws the foul.
I don't know how he's calling it on 21, because it could have been 13 or 25.
They call a foul on Elk Grove. Or no, they call it on Buffalo Grove.
Yeah, they're just not in the bonus yet. It should have been a shooting foul, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh. Inbound to Fiorito. Takes the jumper. No good. Gunther.
Good play by Ella.
Knocked away Duckman, but no one on the receiving end of the deflection.
They're not giving up.
Nope, that is not one of the qualities of this team. No matter what the score
That's
is.
a travel. All day, that's a travel.
And they call the travel.
She's done it
Abby
3
Thiessen.
times. We got 1 call, so they're batting .333. Major leagues, the guy's got a $20 million contract.
You never know these days. Caitlin Wirtz, and loses it and retains possession.
See, Buffalo Grove, they're going to give you this corner all day, and you tend to go where it's open, and they want you to get there. They just leave it open on purpose. Got to swing the ball around.
Buffalo Grove uses the sideline and the baseline as the extra defender quite a bit.
Yeah, they're good at it. See, she's pushing her. Oh, nice screen.
Screened by Libby Wirtz as her sister dribbles out of bounds.
I think that'll be EG ball. I think
Yeah.
it's off, or excuse me, Elk Grove ball was off of BG.
Libby Wirtz running the point for now. And a push on
Glanz.
Abby Thiessen.
Abby Thiessen. I don't know. We get Glanz is defending, right? 13, great player, great athlete. But we get around her, and then we don't cut to the rim. That's where you get a kid to foul out. Cut to the rim. Right there. Go right to the rim. She's at a bad angle on your hip. There it is.
Ella Duckman dishes for a 3 to Matos. No good. Long rebound. And Thiessen lets it go out of bounds.
If Matos follows her shot, she's got an easy look at a 2. And that's what happens. You get frustrated and you just start losing some of the fundamentals. You know, very aggravating.
That one no good. Matos gets the rebound. Dishes to Caitlin Wirtz. Wide open, long range 2 from Ella Duckman. She gets it. Friends have 20.
Yeah, Duckman, that's her 3rd point, and you know as well as I do, she can score much better than that.
The team just kind of off kilter from the moment tip-off. Grants one tip-off, but ever since then, just hasn't been exactly what we thought it was going to be.
So Glanz and Genther, 25 points between them out of 47. That ain't bad.
Yeah, that's
There you
pretty
go.
good.
That's what we needed. There's your foul.
Fiorito tried driving to the rim, and a foul on Anthonopoulos.
And she doesn't like it, but when you get that defender on your back hip, it's just go to the rim.
Puts Elk Grove in the bonus and puts Emily Fiorito to the line. And I got some eye rolls from a few people for saying that the Fiorito name had some brass around Elk Grove High School last week.
Who got on you?
Who didn't? Fiorito makes the first one.
You know what, Gabe? You know what's so positive about that? People are listening,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Bad press is worse than no press.
yeah, that's true. Any publicity is good publicity.
Right?
Fiorito misses the second one. It's 47-21. Nice passing by Buffalo Grove. And that's a wide open three.
5 passes. 5 passes to a wide open Glanz. She's tough to defend. See how she's giving you that right side there? Nice little defender, too.
Buffalo Grove have a half century with 2:45 remaining. Matos loses it. Glanz goes to the rim, gets the bucket, and the foul.
Yeah, I think that's, well, it doesn't matter. It's one of the two. I think that was Genther. We'll go to the line. That gives her 14.
Oh, yeah.
She's chasing Glanz, who has 16.
And Glanz and Genther are the only two players on the floor right now with points.
We're going to have a substitution. Glanz is going to come out. Great game for her. This game for her will show up on a YouTube video somewhere, I'm sure, for scouting purposes, colleges, whatever. She played great.
Genther misses the free throw to make it an and one. She missed it.
But that's good to let that go.
Duckman lost the ball. Matos steals it back. Riley Matos. Caitlin Wirtz.
Caitlin had an idea. Coach yelled out a play, and she didn't particularly care for it. She's like, all right, I'll run it.
Underneath Libby Wirtz, and she hit the glass on the shot.
I think Caitlin was going to go left hand down the lane. Coach Lee wanted something different.
Libby Wirtz gets the loose ball. 90 seconds remaining. Riley Matos. Across for Caitlin Wirtz. Fiorito had some space, drives to the rim, and no good. And it's Buffalo Grove's ball.
Emily got hammered. Less than 2 minutes. You're going to see that. It's okay. It's a running clock at this point. I'm really looking forward to the next game, Gabe, because this is not the team I think that they believe or we believe that they really are. It's just been a rough off night.
Friends were hoping to rebound after a tough loss to a very good Barrington Phillies team.
Change of possession here.
And a shot from Whitmer, no good. Running clock, not the Grenadiers' night, 52-21 as they tick down the last half minute or so.
I'll tell you what I like to see is there's some students that have been here, a lot of parents, the gym's full. That's good to see.
Duckman underneath for two from Fiorito.
She's earned it. She's had a great game. She's probably one of the better players on the floor for Elk Grove tonight.
As Buffalo Grove tick down the remaining seconds. Honachik lost it, and now there's a Grenadier down on the floor.
See, I don't know how in the world that isn't a foul. He called a jump ball. Anyway, Elk Grove takes it one here on the chin a little bit, 52-23, but I'll tell you, we've seen better, and I know they will play better in the next few games. Thank goodness Caitlin Wirtz is up. I think we got a couple girls nicked up tonight. I really do. I think Maher was nicked up a few bit. Caitlin Wirtz as well. So.
Yep, the Grens, not their best showing tonight. They would like to have this one back, and they've dropped 2 straight now to Barrington and now to Buffalo Grove. Grens fall to 3-7. Barrington improves to 2-7, and we will cut away 50. They just shut down the scoreboard, but the girls lose. We'll cut away for the intermission and be back with boys basketball against Buffalo Grove. 1 game down on Combo Night, 1 to go on EGTV. Stick around, you don't want to miss it.